Hi, loves. Peace, loves, peace. Welcome. Welcome to All Things Mastery, Monday, Moon Day Mastery Lives, where we talk all things mastery. And today is no different. So, y'all know what we do here. We educate and we elevate. Say it with me. We educate and we elevate. Because how many of you know there is no elevation without education? So, for those of you who are new to me, drop a one in the comment section if you are new here so I can properly greet you and welcome you into all things mastery, family, and community. Okay, and while you are doing that, I'm going to briefly introduce myself to those of you who may not be familiar with me. My name is Venus M. Scott. I am an expert self mastery mentor and educator. I teach things that cover and embody all things mastery, and some of those things come from we talk about money alignment. We talk about accelerating your healing. We talk about forging healthy relationships. We talk about universal principles and laws that govern us all. We talk about identity reconstruction. We talk about mental programming, nervous system rewiring. And today is no different. We discuss all things mastery. Why? Because there is nothing under the sun that you want, need, and or desire that does not require you to understand certain principles, certain practices, certain techniques, and definitely engagement. So, first things first, I want you to give yourself permission to receive what I am going to be sharing with you, which, and for many cases and many people, it is entering into the unknown. So I first want you to give yourself permission. Hi, Miss Joyce. How are you, my love? Give yourself permission to be open to receive. And then I would like your permission to serve you. How do I serve you? I serve you by sharing with you and teaching you and mentoring you with some invaluable practices, techniques, and principles so you can create the life that you love. Not only that, but create the life that you deserve. Because a lot of us are under the impression, knowingly or unknowingly, that we don't deserve the life that we want, that we desire, and it is untrue. So here the rules of engagement is we participate, we like, we share, we comment, we take action. We are action takers because without action there are no results. Right? So, infinite gratitude again, infinite divine enlightenment to you all. Welcome into my Wati family, TikTok family, and of course, my FB family. So, you're going to hear me say a lot of things over if you are new to me, especially why repetition. I use the power of repetition, which I encourage you all to use the power of repetition. Danny, how are you? Repetition also, because repetition enforces new mental programs. And in order for you to create new behavior patterns, in order for you to rewire your nervous system for abundance of whatever you want, more abundance of money, more abundance of peace, more abundance of clarity, more abundance of confidence, more abundance of opportunities that can put you in different positions for you to elevate. So, you're going to hear me say a lot of important phrases and a lot of key teachings that most of you who are familiar with me say. So, before we even get started, I want to just give this brief announcement. Pause and read for those of you who are on my YT page looking in. You have access to the presentation. Many times when I teach, I have a presentation because all audibly hearing teachings and visually seeing the teachings also help you to embody the lessons that are being taught. And so all content within this program, including but not limited to the lessons, teaching exercises, frameworks, blueprints, audios and visuals, materials, properties. The method courses titled Digital Downloads and Presentations. Slides are the intellectual property of me, Venus M. Scott, and is protected under the U.S. Copyright Law, Title 17, United States Code, international copyright treaties, and intellectual property laws. So that is important. How many of you know it is absolutely important for you to protect your intellectual property, for you to protect your spirit, for you to protect your mind, because there's a whole lot of things that we do not understand, especially when it comes to esoteric things, especially when it comes to universal things and entities that are constantly hijacking or ciphering off our essence and our intellectual essence, our wise essence. You understand? That is yours. That's what you embody, and no one can ever violate universal laws and principles. You must give consent for anyone to use anything or do anything to you, whether that is nonverbal consent or verbal consent or energetic consent. And when you start embodying the self-mastery principles that I teach you, you start incorporating this in your daily life. Why? Because you are important, you matter. And if you didn't matter, people, places, and things wouldn't constantly, continually try to cipher off and steal your vital essence in order to make them thrive, in order to create the lives that they want. So please pay attention with what I'm about to say. Have you ever, and because it's important, because we want solutions to a lot of our problems, chatting and traveling. Hi, my loves. How are you? I think this is the first live that you caught me in. So, before we get into the lesson, we're going to be speaking about money alignment. We're going to be speaking about self mastery. We're going to be speaking about money alignment as it pertains to why many of us are not receiving the consistent income flow that we deserve, that we can receive. And so, I want to talk to y'all real quick. Have you ever felt like the more you do something, the harder it gets? Like, have you ever heard someone say, every time I take 2 steps forward, it seems like I'm taking 10 steps back? Peace, Lamonda, how are you, right? You wait for the next text, obsessed over a reply that you feel that a loved one or someone you interested in, or even a friend or even a family member is waiting on you for you to text. Yes, yes, I say it. Ashe, Queen. Thank you so much for engaging, right? I know many of us have felt like that, right? Like you just want someone to choose you, but the more you chase, the more you feel invisible. And I always say the energetic implication of chasing something means that it is getting away from you. You cannot ever catch what you're chasing. It's about alignment, not chasing. And whenever you're chasing anything, you're sending an energetic message to the universe that you don't embody it and you are not ready for it, because you attract according to what you embody. And so when you're chasing something, it means that you don't have it. You don't embody it. And so according to the universal principle of alignment, you don't attract or create or manifest whatever word you choose to use simply because you say it, simply because you affirm it. That's not enough. So it feels like everyone is there, but most people spend a lifetime pretending they have everything together and they don't. It's the law of energy in action. I know many of us have heard this. Gia, how are you, my love? Peace, peace, peace. Harry, how are you, my love? Infinite gratitude for stopping by, joining the live, right? So, what I'm speaking of is the law of action, right? And our great philosophers have tried to warn us time and time again. However, the beautiful part is a lot of us are awakening to this profound information. A lot of us want to get off the hamster wheel of dysfunction. A lot of us want to become the masters of self instead of being mastered by others, right? Kicking it, how are you, my love? And so this is not just rhetoric, it's the law of energy and action that our ancestors and our most greatest profound professors have tried to warn us. People are way too busy chasing to notice what's actually running their lives. And I always say we're going to do two things when we arrive here. We are either going to master self or be mastered. So if some of us was to think back to the last time, let's say you lost your keys, let's say you lost your wallet somewhere in a house, or you misplaced it, right? You searched high and low in every nook and every cranny and just could not find it. You searched everywhere, desperate, just messing up, terrorizing a whole place, rearranging furniture and everything. But it was when you finally gave up the chase, when you finally sat down in stillness, when you finally said, you know what? Let me just relax. Let me pause and let me just retrace my steps. And y'all know the rest. You found whatever it was you was looking for simply because you stopped chasing it, simply because you stopped being desperate to find it. And this is the law of magnetism. You don't have to chase in order to magnetize or materialize things that you want, from the smallest thing to the grandest of things. So trying and trying and trying doesn't work when you don't apply proven principles, right? So we leaned in, right? So we leaned in and it slipped further away. Things tend to slip further and further away. The more we chase, the more we are desperate, the more we operate in fear, the more we operate in scarcity, right? And so those are the individuals who never create the life that they love, desire, and or deserve. Peace, my loves, for all of those are coming in. So what do? We find ourselves. We know that it is only through relearning. We know that it is only through learning self mastery. We know that it is only through investing in a qualified mentor that can educate us. You cannot and will not ever learn something from someone who hasn't mastered what you want to master. And there's a lot of things that I've mastered that now I teach. 15 plus years of this. Peace. Miracle, is that? Miracle, how are you, my love? It's spelled different pieces. Hi, Tanya, how are you, my love? Right? So, no more excuses, no more blaming the past, no more blaming our mothers and our fathers. They gave us what they could give us. No more blaming the system, no more blaming racism, no more blaming the YT people or the purple people, the brown people, the yellow people. No more excuses, rhyme, reasons, or justifications as to why we're not elevated. Because there was once upon a time where only initiates got to hear and be taught this sacred information. And now we're living in a frequency, in a vortex where sacred information is available to us all, but it's not just going to be handed to you. You have to decide whether you're willing to accept it. This is why in the beginning, I asked your permission to share. This is why in the beginning I asked you to be open to receive it, right? Because excuses only blocks your energy field, and your energy field is what broadcasts signals, right? It broadcasts whatever it is you're embodying, and most of us are broadcasting fear, we're broadcasting lack, we're broadcasting scarcity, we're broadcasting disparity, we're chasing, we chasing, and the world picks it up before we even say a word. It's not fate, it's physics. I always teach you that it is not magic per se, even though it's magical, it's mastery. It's not Magic is simply mastery. Your field repels when you chase. Your field repels when you are desperate. Whatever it is you're desperate for. This is why I teach the rewiring of not only your dominant mental program, but your nervous system. And so this rising, we're going to be speaking about money alignment. Money doesn't flows to whom it doesn't feel safe with. So when you do not understand the inner ecosystems of your nervous system, your neurological system, your neural networks, neural pathways, I break all of these down so in a way where you can easily digest it. Your field will either repel or it can receive based upon how and what you embody. If you are embodying scarcity and lack and nervousness and complacency, infinite gratitude for joining the team, right? You're letting the universe know that you're not ready to receive consistent money flow, that you're not in a line match for. And whatever you don't embody, you don't receive. Whatever you're not in alignment with, you don't receive. And it is the same in reverse. Whatever you embody, that's what you attract. Whatever you are in alignment with, that's what you attract. Hence, this is the reality. It's called the reality. So many of you do not understand that you embody fear. Many of you do not understand yet that you embody lack, that you have challenges whenever you're spending money, you bitching, you moaning, you complain about letting money go. So of course it's not going to flow back to you because you're not in a line match for it. Many of us are asking the questions, why haven't we found our life partner or our soul partner or even just beautiful, phenomenal friends? Why? Because you're not a vibrational energetic match for it. And so when I teach self-mastery, these are the things that I educate you on. These are the things that I teach you. And I don't only teach you, well, this is only if you're in my mentorship program that you have personal access to me. So you can then understand that I am here to help you step by step if you allow me. But I always say I cannot walk the race for you. I can walk it with you. And that is my invaluable intrinsic value that I offer in return. So the moment you stop caring about the text, the moment you stop caring about the replies, the moment you stop caring about what other people think, what other people say, is the moment you start getting into alignment with the people, places, and things that you actually want to show up in your life. You stop looking, you stop chasing, you stop being desperate, and all of a sudden, guess what? Bam! It's in your vortex. It's in your reality. You are experiencing it. There's always a specific proven formula for everything. These are clear examples of the law of detachment. Be attached, but not so attached where you completely lose yourself in the attachment. That includes attachments to people, attachments to places, and attachments to things. You walk away from the chase, especially those of us who are desperate for the bag, those of us who think it's a flex saying, oh, I'm all about my business, I'm all about getting to the bag, I'm all about chasing the bag. And those are the very same people who you don't even inwardly sense that are the brokest, not just in money, not just broke with money, broken in spirit, broken in the mind, broken in their energy, because no one can escape or violate the universal laws of principles. No one. It doesn't matter. You can verbally trick anyone that isn't intelligent, that isn't wise. So when I tell you the only people that can be unjustly manipulated are the weak-minded and the weak-willed, I absolutely mean that, because energy does not lie, even though it is purpose to be manipulated in a righteous way. Energy does not lie. And there's a lot of us who are seemingly, there's a lot of us who are really good at pretending to be happy. There's a lot of us that are really good at pretending to be wealthy. There's a lot of us that are pretending to be just over the moon, and they're really not. These are clear examples of the law of attachment. But here's what most will not say out loud. Most people keep running the same dysfunctional mental programs, cycling after cycle after cycle, and then call it generational curses. They say things are too hard. They say things like, this is what my grandma did, this is what my mother did, this is what my father did. It's all the excuses that and it only validates their justification for them not being accountable and responsible for elevating, because self mastery is also about being accountable, taking into account of the part that you're playing, being responsible for the part that you're playing. Because what many do not understand, because they don't understand it and they don't teach it because they don't understand it, is that you are always abundant. You will always experience abundance. There's just degrees of abundance. There's degrees and polarities to everything. You are always creating, you are always manifesting, you are always attracting, and you are always in alignment. The question is, what are you in alignment with? What are you creating, and where are you creating from? Because until you understand the inner core issue, you're not able to fix the issue because you're too busy being in the issue. You cannot fix something within something. This is why you have to go outside of yourself, and the only way you can go outside of a situation is by going inside, internally, right? So this is why nothing sticks, right? This is why many of us are numb. This is why many of us blame time. We blame everything but self-reflection. We'll just pretend they just never did dot dot dot, because that's the urge to move on. It is your chasing energy fighting to stay in control. And if you're not aware, this is why we speak about self-awareness, self-love, self-concept, self-actualization. Your perspectives shape your experiences. Your perception and perspectives also shape your reality. So here's what's actually happening when your energy field is a magnet, and it can only draw in what matches its frequency. So if you want, like many of us do, want more money flowing into our life consistently, you have to do something. You have to take actionable steps. You have to be open to doing the work. It doesn't happen any other way. Your energy field is and will always be a magnet, and it can only draw into what matches its frequency. So when we are stuck on what we need, based on lack, based on fear, based on scarcity, based on I don't have enough, based on I'm not worthy enough. Guess what? The universe can only echo that back to you. So you get more people in your life that disrespects you. You get more people drawn to you that don't care about you. You get more people in your life that is going to only take from you. You get more people in your life that is only going to be a mirror reflection of what you embody. It's the quickest way for you to self-actualize and to see what is the core issue. Infinite gratitude, Chef. I see you. Infinite gratitude for all of the love, the gifts, the tapping. Welcome in for all of the new members. If you have a question, please ask. This isn't about being perfect. It really isn't. Creating the life you deserve, desire, want, need isn't about being a magician. It isn't about being perfect. It isn't about being rich just because we're speaking about money, just because we're speaking about wealth in the context of money. Or it isn't about being effortlessly confident. It's about being willing to break the cycle, the old cycles we've been stuck in for years. Because when you stop chasing, the field flips. You start attracting. Why? Because you're telling the universe that, okay, I'm done hustling harder. I'm done working backwards. I'm done doing the most without getting the results that I want. I am now ready to receive. Do you understand? That's why it's so important. And so when you do that, guess what? The money shows up consistently. The love shows up consistently. The romance shows up consistently. The confidence shows up consistently. Your self-worth increases drastically. You understand what I'm saying? Your sensuality expands. Your sexuality expands. You're confident. Everything that you now are beginning to embody is now what's going to be reflected in your reality. It is the greatest way to figure out where you are. So if you are tempted to click away right now, ask yourself this. Do you really want to keep running the same script over and over? Do you really want to keep living the same life? Peace, Shy, how are you, my love? Do you really want to continue being broke? Do you really want to keep living in scarcity? Put a one in the comment section if you no longer want what you've been getting. Put a one in the comment section if you're ready to get off the hamster wheel. Put a one in the comment section if you're ready to attract more of what you actually want, need, and or desire. Because I guarantee you, if you continue to stay here and keep watching, you will get what most people never do, because most people aren't willing to do what you're doing, and that is getting the education, the proven, qualified, indisputable, factual, science-backed, spiritually backed information that most people do not get. Why? Because they don't have the fortitude that they claim they have. They don't have the discipline that they claim they have. They really don't want it as bad as they think they do. Because people who want whatever it is bad enough, there ain't no excuse, rhyme, or reason as to how they're going to invest in getting it. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I decided that I didn't want to be broke no more, I started investing in mentors. I started reading more. But while I always loved reading, I started reading more. I started paying attention to what I listened to. I started paying attention to who I had around me. When I no longer wanted to be broke, I invested in myself. I needed to be under the mentorship of individuals who wasn't struggling for money, who wasn't waiting for income tax time to get a break, who wasn't who wasn't having that broke and impoverished mindset. When I wanted to forge healthier relationships, guess what? I started presenting myself, being around and surrounding myself with people who had healthy relationships. And it's the same thing. You cannot be taught by unqualified people. Whatever it is you wish to master, you must be under the mentorship of the person who have mastered what you seek to master. It is the only way, and that is the reason why few are chosen. This is the reason why few are chosen. Peace, Alicia. How are you? Richard, how are you? Right? This is why you are here, because your purpose to be here. And since you're still here, and not everyone will be, I'm going to give you a real advantage most people never get. Here's the first piece that you need to know. And repetition builds what? Mastery. Your energy field is not some mystical aura or concept. It's an electromagnetic broadcasting measurable scientific fact. There has been insurmountable studies that tell you that you are a bioelectromagnetic being, that you are infinite raw consciousness. You're not just this physical avatar. And the diagram that I'm going to show you is going to give you a deeper visual. So before you open your mouth, before you walk away, or before you enter any room, understand who you are. Remember who you are. Remember that you have authority to create. Remember that you have authority over your own consciousness, over your own aura. No one should be choosing how you feel every day. No one should be controlling you or dictating to you how you feel every day. No one should be robbing you of your vital essence. It's programmed deep into your body, your posture, your breathing, even the tension you carry in your face. Many of us, I don't even have to say it, many of us have experienced walking in a room. Peace, Jar, how are you, my love? You made it to Bangkok? I'll see you someday then. I'll see you soon. Many of us have walked in rooms and we could immediately sense, not see, not hear. We can immediately sense because we are bioelectromagnetic beings that there was some just darkness, darkness there. There was this eerie aura, or that it was just so full of light and life, right? Whenever I had company in my house before I moved to Thailand, everyone, it never failed. Everyone I have ever invited into my home, and I was very selective. They always said, "My goodness, Venus, what do you have in here?" It wasn't the aromatherapy, it was the energy, the magnetic field that I created in my vortex, in my sacred space. And they never wanted to go home. So understand and remember how powerful you are. Yes, Queen. Shindu, how are you, my love? You have to understand this. It is the only way to take control over your life. Because if you're not mastering self, someone else is mastering for you. If you want further proof, right? The next time you want something, the next time that there's a response, a sale, a connection, don't chase, don't beg, don't borrow, don't steal, don't worry. Just simply put it in the atmosphere and take actionable steps to embody that frequency and watch what happens. I do this constantly. This is how I was able to go from broke to being profitable. I make sales in my sleep, and I'm not saying that as a flex. I'm saying that because in order for you to embody certain things so it can continually flow to you consistently, no matter what it is, you not only have to embody it, you also have to realize that you have to offer something invaluable in exchange. And so I don't just make money in my sleep simply because I just said it. I am a best-selling author. I create curriculums. I do my own design, and I put in the work, not because I have to, but because I love doing it. And this is why all of those quick learn this 3 steps, do this 3 things, get this, and it'll immediately make it don't work like that. You have to put in the work. And now my life is so effort and freeing. It's because I put in the work, the same principles that I teach you about. I embody self mastery principles. So, yes, money flows to me effortlessly and easily because I've reconditioned not only my mental program that was based upon lack, because I grew up in poverty. My parents didn't have no money, baby. We had food. We had food stamps. We was on every cheese line. We was at every thrift store. We was begging all the time. I came from struggle, so I understand the struggle. But what I'm telling you is that now money flows to me because I had to rewire not only my neural networks, I had to rewire my nervous system to tell the universe that guess what? I'm open to receive it now because I'm in alignment with it. This is another reason why I'm so passionate about teaching you all, but I can't do it for you. I offer something to you. It's up to you to accept the offer. What are you going to do with the offer is the big question. Because I don't make excuses, justifications for what I want. I get what I want because I'm willing to do what's necessary, not by hustling, not by chasing, not by stressing, not by begging, not by borrowing. I simply embody the principles and get into alignment with whatever it is I want. That mental program is no joke, Ashe. So when I tell you you are in the right place, you are in the right place because this is where it all starts. And I want you all to see results because this is not just about being educated, it's about transformation. You want transformation. A lot of y'all are so tired with the fluff. Y'all tired of being inspired, and then the next minute it's just like church. I not heard church people say it. You feel inspired, motivated, encouraged, on high, and soon as you leave out of church, it just seems to magically disappear. So this is not about inspirational only. This is not about a motivational only. This is about real transformation if you're willing to apply what is being taught. And I come here every week and I teach what I embody. Now, there are things that is going to require more effort of you. There's things that's going to require more of an investment of you. And that, my loves, should be okay with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? That should be okay with you because you don't get to keep what you haven't created. You do not keep what you do not cultivate. And so if you are viewing from YT, and that is all things mastery, you will be able to see actually, let me do this. Instead of y'all hopping on over there, I'm going to let me switch the screen because I want y'all to see this diagram because visual helps you maintain what's being said. So give me a second. Let me just try to change this effects. Let me just try to change this effect to none. Okay. Now I want to flip my screen so you can see just the visual because I know you won't be able to see it with the unless you are on Facebook. YouTube. Okay, I want y'all to visually see this screen. You need to understand who you are, right? You are triune. You are a triune being. You are not just mental, you're not just physical, you are consciousness. You are part mind mental and you are part physical, which we call avatar. If you do not understand an ecosystem of who you are, you will continually repeat unhealthy, dysfunctional cycles time and time and time again. So I need y'all to understand this. What is consciousness? Because a lot of times when you are asked the question, who are you? We're given all type of external accolades, accomplishments. We're given the positions that we play instead of really understanding who you really are. So let me be the one to remind you, you are pure consciousness. You are the creator within. You are raw, limited consciousness. Limitless, pardon me. You are limitless, right? The source that sparks, the source that is aware, intuitive, and infinitely creative. And your essence, your primary essence and purpose is to create, to perceive, to unify, to expand beyond limitations. Why is this so challenging for us to understand that you are God? You are the embodiment of God because God is consciousness and consciousness creates. Whatever you call that source that you are one with, how can we continually act so powerless when we are one with the infinite source of life, of power? And when it comes to your second triune essence, you are mind, you are mental. And a lot of people get this confused. Consciousness and the mind are different. Your mind, your mental is your supercomputer. Your mind is the interface between spirit and matter. It stores, it filters, and it runs your internal operating system. And your primary essence, the primary essence of the mind, your supercomputer, is to interpret, to the programs, to envision, and to decide. This is the realm where patterns are built, which is why a lot of us cannot get rid of old dominant dysfunction patterns, because we do not understand the ecosystem of our triune essence. And I'm explaining it to you, so pay attention. This is the realm where patterns are built, beliefs, knowings are formed, and your behaviors are coded. Now, when it comes to the third part of your triune essence, the physical aspect, your avatar, the physical body, the vessel that embodies the consciousness and the mind, is the temple, the vehicle through which your soul, your consciousness expresses and manifests in this dimension. And the primary focus, the primary essence and purpose is to feel, to express, to act, to experience, to embody. The physical body is not separate from divinity. It is the living altar of your frequency. And unless your triune essence, the parts of you that are and if unless you understand what you need, unless you understand what I'm teaching you, it is going to be very hard for you to get into alignment with consistent money flow, get into alignment with finding your partner and your person, get into alignment with all of these things. I need y'all to understand this. Do you hear what I'm saying? So let's break this down, right? The key components of your consciousness, your bioelectromagnetic field. This is your energy. This is your aura. This is your essence. This is what you use to create. It is your soul, your energy, your insight, your intuition, your creation. This is your oneness. Do you understand that? If you understand it, put a one in the comment section. Peace, Jen. How are you, my love? Because I never want you to leave these lives feeling confused. I want you to understand, not just understand. I want you to understand what I'm saying, because it matters and it can save a whole lot of your lives. I see the ones, Queen. I see the ones, Jen. I see the one, Chef. This can literally save your life. Tia, how are you, my love? Peace and love back to you, right? I need y'all to understand this. When it comes to your mind and your mental, this is where your neural networks are, right? This is where they spark and fire. This is where your dominant default programmings are. This is where your programs are coded. This is where your behaviors come from. This is where your beliefs come from. This is where your knowings come from. This is where your self-concept is created. This is where your identity and your personality is created. This is how you feel about your worth. This is where your self-actualization come into play. And if you do not understand it, you're missing it, which is why we keep rehearsing, repeating the same unhealthy cycles over and over, which is why a lot of us are giving up, which is why a lot of us are hopeless, which are a lot of us are uninspired, because there are too many misguided, misfits, self-proclaimed gurus, teachers, mentors, coaches. I'm talking about them all, that do not understand the impact that they're making by spewing misguided information, unqualified information, wrong information, only to serve themselves. Do y'all understand? This is why I say also, you become what you consume. And if you're constantly consuming people, places, and things, and music, and TV, and all of these different other things, you're becoming them. And a lot of them are in disparity. A lot of them come from fear and lack. So when you don't understand your consciousness, when you don't understand the mental aspect, when you don't understand the physical part, which deals with your nervous system, remember I said money only flows to the nervous system that it is comfortable with, that it feels safe with. And so when you understand energy, when you understand that everything is energy, so is money. A lot of you are so disrespectful with money and you're wondering why you're broke. I say that with all due respect and sincerity because I want to help you. I want to disrupt every dysfunctional pattern, perception, and realization that you should not have. A lot of you disrespect money in so many ways. It's literally why you can't attract it consistently. And if you do, you aren't able to contain it. How you treat something determines how it's going to perform in your life. It's just like if you were think about a plant. What happens if you starve a plant? What happens if you mistreat a plant? What happens if you no longer feed the plant sunlight? There's been insurmountable studies, indisputable studies that have been done. And one of them is by Dr. Marisu Emoto when he did the study of water. Water is conscious. Everything is conscious. Why? Because it's energy. Just understand what I'm saying. And if you are constantly treating money like it's frivolous or like it don't have life, then guess what is going to return to you? It's going to treat you how you treat it, disrespectfully. This is why some people don't have money issues because they understand money. They understand the currency. And what does currency do? Currency must flow. It must flow. This is why billionaires give money away like it's water. This is why trillionaires give money away like it's water. This is even why thousandaires bless other people with money because they understand principles that other people don't. Money must flow because energy must move. It's the same when you're dealing with your energy centers. When your throat chakra is blocked, right? There are repercussions for that. There are consequences for that. When the energy, your chi, your prana, your kai, which is our ancestors call it, when they are blocked and when they are stagnant, it causes all types of dis-ease and discomforts in the body. Am I making sense? Am I making sense, love? Are y'all still with me? All right, we're gonna get to the money part. I have a beautiful offer for you. Fanny Boo, hi niece, how are you? I have a beautiful offer. Is this making sense? Everything is energy. Money is energy, is currency. It must flow. Your energy must flow. It cannot stay stagnant. Remember, what you feed gains power, and what you starve loses power, meaning everything you feed grows and everything you starve loses its essence. This is why you have to stop listening to uneducated people tell you that you are always going to be healing. That's a lie. This is why I coined and trademarked my proven method. What you feed gains power, and what you starve loses its power. Meaning, what you feed grows, and what you starve dies. So you don't have to continually be re-traumatized, going back to the same violators, remembering how you were traumatized, how you were abused, how you were violated. You simply need to understand, be aware that you were, that was then, and now the way you change that is by feeding now what you want. You're not living in the past. This is how you continually recreate your reality and your future, and how you, what some call time jump. time zone jump, reality jump. This is how you raise your frequency. You don't have to keep revisiting the past. You don't have to keep healing for years. You don't have to keep going down those rabbit holes. You don't have to keep doing all the things that you've been doing that continually tell you that it isn't working, and paying for it on the top of re-traumatizing yourself. The stories you continually tell are the stories you continually repeat. I teach this in my mentorship program, right? Shameless invitation. If you are interested and feel connected with me, make sure you DM, how can we work together? So I can let you know how I can serve you, because I'm sure I can help you change the trajectory of your life. I am positive I can, because I've been doing this work for 15 plus years, and I have helped countless of women. Small portion of men do the same thing. I'm a living testament and witness to it. So when you don't understand that the physical aspect is your nervous system, your organs, your external stimuli, right? Your DNA, your energy centers, you need to understand this. But here's the beautiful part. You don't have to become a philosopher in psychology. You don't have to become a philosopher in metaphysics and quantum physics and quantum mechanics and genetics and DNA and epigenetics and gene expression. You don't have to become a qualified philosopher in universal laws and principles. I've done all of the hard work for you. So with all of the years of experience that I have, this is why I create the master programs. This is why I create and publish the books. So you can get all of that information in a summary. But you have to be willing to feed yourself. I cannot, some of y'all just don't read, and it's saddening. Some of y'all don't spend 10 minutes, let alone an hour, reading, educating yourself. Have y'all heard the term, the best way to hide the truth is in a book? That's just not just a cliche. That's the truth. And so alignment is the key. Remember, I'm going to say it again, because repetition builds mastery, right? Alignment is the key. You are always in alignment with something. You are always creating. You are always manifesting. You are always attracting. You are always doing these things constantly. The question is, what are you attracting, and where are you attracting from? Because no one can violate the universal principle, one of them, which is my favorite, called the law of cause and effect. For every cause, there is an effect, and for every effect, there is a cause. So if you want to change the effect, then you have to change the cause. And you do that by actively participating in lives like this. You do that by taking the next step and being an action taker by investing in yourself. Even if you don't and aren't ready to work with me fully, okay? You can still invest in the literature, because everything that I speak, I break down in these books, and they are short reads. If you have an issue reading 53 to about, I think one of my books is no more than like 111 pages, then that's a big issue. Whatever you desire, you must be in alignment with. Your consciousness, mind, and physical must be in alignment to receive it, no matter what it is. Desire alone is not enough. Affirmations isn't enough. Not to say that they are not powerful, because they are. Peace, Terrence, how are you? But it's not enough. Some people get just, they hear what they want to hear, and they hear when I say affirmations is not enough, as if affirmations don't work. I'm not saying that affirming these things don't work. What I'm saying is that they don't work alone. This is why some people can speak affirmations until they turn blue for years and years and still not receive the results that they want, need, and or desire. Meanwhile, there are other people who can affirm things and with ease they attract it. With ease it comes to them. With ease they create it. And there's not big, huge differences between the people that do and the people that don't. So affirmations alone isn't enough. Spiritual awareness alone isn't enough. Manifestation is full body agreement and alignment. Your consciousness must envision it, you must embody it, and you must know it, because belief is the absence of knowing. It's time out for just simply having faith that something is going to happen good to you. It's time out for you just hoping, wishing, and praying and thinking and visual. It's time out. I encourage you to know, to know, to know. Have confidence and have authority. You cannot create without authority. You can't manifest without authority. You can't attract without authority. These are proven facts, my love. This is not just something that I'm telling you. These are facts, indisputable facts. I need y'all to understand that, right? So when it comes to, I removed the wrong thing. So when it comes to attracting money and being in alignment with the energetic and neurological blocks that silently is repelling a lot of y'all money. Now, keep in mind that these are snippets, right? Is because of you, right? So now let me give you what I made a commitment to offer you. My latest book that I created for you, right? This is where the powerful resources come into play. This is where I go deeper into understanding money, understanding that is currency, understanding that it moves and how it moves. Because if you don't understand what money is, you will always chase it, you will always force it, and that's not the way. I just gave you a deeper elaboration of that. The energetic and neurological blocks that silently repel money, I speak about that in a book. If you don't identify your inner blocks that are silently controlling and repelling the money that you continually are begging and crying and hoping for, no matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you visualize, it won't work. In this book, Energetic Sales and Magnetic Money, I speak about these things in depth. If your energy field is what people buy before your words, your website, your form, if your electrobiomagnetic field doesn't represent that, doesn't speak that, then guess what? They're going to continually be scattered. So I teach you how to shift from chasing money to effortlessly attracting it, right? You do not get paid for working hard. You get compensated for what you exchange in value. This is why I don't like salesy. I don't sell you anything. I am offering intrinsic value because that's what I authorize myself to do. I don't just create things just to create it for $1 because I don't need nobody's dollar. I'm not chasing money. I'm not begging people for money. I'm already in alignment with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mind my business and I get notifications of you made a sale. I'm so grateful. What I offer a value, and that's a principle that a lot of you need to embody. A lot of you need to invest in yourself. A lot of you need to understand that in order for you to create a consistent flow of whatever you want, and it's mostly not the money, it's what money can give. Most of you want more freedom that money can offer you. Most of you want more opportunities that money can offer you. What are you willing to exchange of value? This is why investing in becoming a digital marketer, selling digital products and planners, not to say that they aren't effective and that you aren't passionate, but there's a lot of people who are doing it because they're hungry for a dollar. They're desperate for a dollar, so they're getting into anything and everything, and it's not going to yield you the long-term results that you want. Because if you are not passionate about it, if it's not one of your divine purposes, you're working backwards and not forwards. And this is why many people don't make it. This is why many businesses don't make it. I'm telling you this for truth. Hi, Lizzie. How are you, my love? Peace one. How are you? Right? So what I'm offering you, because we're about to come to until next time, right? My latest book I just created, right? Energetic Sales and Magnetic Money gives you 8 divine proven principles that you need in order for you to be in alignment with money, right? And there's nothing wrong with wanting more money, baby, because I don't justify me wanting a consistent stream of money flow. I don't lie to myself about that. It's not all about love and light, and no, baby. I love my consistent money flow because it afforded me to move to Thailand. My consistent money flow afforded me to not wake up because I need to punch a clock. No offense to nobody. The money that I make affords me to live a life of luxury, to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And if I don't like doing it, I won't do it. I love that for me. And I want to love that for you, but you need to understand certain things first. And you cannot do that by not investing in yourself. So this energetic sales and magnetic money offers you, we cover understanding money. We cover the energetic and neurological blocks silently repelling your money. We cover how you reset. I teach you in this book how to reset your aura and your nervous system to match consistent wealth. I teach you about your energy field. I teach you about brain, heart, and money alignment. I teach you about the shift from chasing your clients to attracting them. I teach you about getting paid for your divine purposes, for your divine passions without burnout. Many of y'all heard about the woman who fell asleep and didn't wake up. Burnout happens when you're trying to do the work without becoming the identity to hold on to it. So you end up using every ounce of your energy to hold it. And you don't even know how that's draining your very life force. This is what I mean. There's a lot of things that we're doing that's affecting our very life. And there's a lot of life that a lot of y'all still need to live. There's a lot of purpose in a lot of you. There's a lot of things that a lot of you need to do. There's a lot of people who a lot of you need to help. A lot of you still have families, children, loved ones, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends that you want to be there for. But if you continually keep operating how you operate, you are going to self-destruct. Remember what I said. There's no such thing as stagnation. There's no such thing as not moving. You're either moving forward or backward, up or down, left or right. You're either ascending or descending. You're either evolving or devolving. So this books also teach you about the most important thing, which is wealth circulation, because remember I said money is currency, it needs to flow. You did not only need to understand how to attract it, but what are you going to do if you attract it and you don't know how to cultivate it? So I speak, there's a chapter in the book called wealth circulation, stewardship, and financial safety. You need to know this is not just a powerful resource. With every chapter that I teach you, there's embodied exercises that you can do, and based upon what you're willing to do, you can start changing the trajectory of your life. And I mean today, because it's a quick read. So, for the beautiful offer, for those of you who are interested in getting the book, I invite you to the book. And because you stuck around with me, because you were here with me, it's already priced very affordable. However, I'm still going to take $4 off if you are interested. So, for those of you who are interested, this is what you're going to go to. Click the link in my bio. Once you do that, you're going to hit the the link option. For those of you on YT, you can do the same thing. I know it's hard to see on the screen, but if you click the link in my bio, it'll lead you to my link tree. This is what is going to show up right here. And this is what I want you to scroll past, right? I want you to scroll past these, and I want you to, under books, ebooks, PDFs by Venus the Goddess, it is the very first tab, if you can see that. Right under books, ebooks from Venus the Goddess is the first tab, and it says the book with $4 off. If you tap on that, it's going to lead you to a screen that looks like this. This is what the ebook looks like. Okay? This is what it looks like. And you can see that I dropped $4 off, so it's $17.99 instead of $21.99. Only while I'm live. So for the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna allow you to invest in yourself, because it is a resource, right? Resources. You need powerful resources to do whatever it is that you wish to do. Okay? So I want you to have that. I didn't click off. Move to another window. Okay. I want you to have that. And I'm gonna briefly, where's my computer? I'm gonna give you just a little scan of what it has. Let me change this around so I can show you all real quick. Okay. So this is the ebook, Energetic Cells and Magnetic Money Alignment by me, Venus Scott. And this is a snippet of what you're going to find in the book. Okay, this is who it helps. Problems. These are the problems that this resource solves. Inconsistent money. If you're experiencing that, if you experience energetic misalignment, lack of clarity, if you constantly are selling and not making profit, right? These are the chapters that I told you. First things first, I teach you about all of these things. And all of them have lessons. I wanted to fast forward to the exercises that you get also. So I don't just create books just for reading. I give you proven, backed, scientifically, metaphysically, spiritually activating, okay, exercises for you to do. Meditations and everything, breath work and everything that you can do literally today if you want to change the trajectory of your reality. But that is going to be up to you. Let me go back to the screen right here. That is going to be up to you. So while I'm on live, if you want me to wait for you, I will wait for you. Just let me know to wait, because after I come off of this live, it's going back up to the original price. I've only set it to about, I think, the quantity of five or six quantities. So it is only available at that price right now for just 5 of you. So if you're about to invest in the resource, okay? Because it's not just a book, it is a resource that's going to teach you how to embody the currency of money, how to become a magnet for it, how to align your consciousness, how to align your nervous system, how to align your neurological system, which are all the things that are needed. So if you want me to wait for you, I definitely will, because that I'm only going to have that until we finish up with this live. Once we're done with the live, and of course, if there any peace, loyal, how are you, love? If there's any questions that you have, please ask me. If you have any questions regarding anything that I just mentioned, please ask. I don't ever want you to leave these lives like you missed something, like you don't understand something, like something just isn't clicking. No question is foolish. If you don't feel comfortable posting a question here, DM me. I respond to my DMs. I just ask that you give me at least 24 hours, because I am living in Thailand, and as you can see, it is nighttime for me. I know it's rising for y'all, but it is nighttime for me. So just allow 24 hours for me to respond to, if you decide to message me in the inbox, okay? Am I waiting for anyone to invest in the book, the ebook? Please let me know, so I won't, before I change the price, okay? I'll give it maybe about 7 more minutes. I'll wait. 7. I love it. Gematria is awesome. If you know anything about numbers, numbers are incredibly powerful. Good rising. Hi, Loyal B. Blissful rise, blissful rise. Hi, Jade. How are you, love? Trey, how are you, hon? User, I'm going back through some of the messages. Infinite gratitude for all the taps. Let's get to 30K. Lanier, how are you, my love? Lizzie, how are you, my love? Queen, where can I get your book from? Queen Lynn, if you are still here, click the link in my bio. There should be a tab. Once you get to my link tree, there'll be a tab that says ebooks, books, by Venus Scott. It is the very first tab right under it, and it says energetic sales and magnetic money, $4 off. You're going to see that written in the text. $4 off. I want you to hit that so you can get the discount. Okay. I purposely put the discount up there so you won't have to input any type of codes or passwords to make it work. So if I'm waiting for you to invest in a book, please let me know. I will give you time to do it. Right now it is $17.99, but the regular price is $21.99. So save $4. Remember what I spoke about money, changing our perspective about how we spend money, how we exchange money. If you keep that broke mentality, if you keep that scarce mentality, I don't have it, it's too bad, blah, 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 all of it, money ain't gonna ever come to you and flow to you. Every time I spend money, I give honor to it. Every time I spend money, I expect it to flow back to me in abundance. Do you understand what I'm saying? I honor it because I honor energy, because energy is life force. And a lot of us, because we've been taught inaccurate information, wrong information, and that was by design. This is why there are certain people that are financially wealthy and certain people that are not. But there's no rhyme, reason, justification, or excuse as to why we're not wealthier, we don't have money, and you don't even have to aspire to be a millionaire. But I know a lot of you can do well with more money in your account monthly. I know a lot of you can experience life a lot better with a little bit more money consistently, without robbing Peter to pay Paul, or saying I'll get it next month or I'll get it the next 2 months. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I'm able to purchase things when I want to purchase it based upon what I want, then you are able to do it too. So I share with you the principles that I embody. I'm telling you firsthand how the wealthy think, how they move, how they operate, what they understand. The difference is you don't have access to them. You have access to me. I'm not charging you thousands of dollars for anything, not even my mentorship program. Not even to have personal access to me where you can DM me if you have a question, where you can direct message me, where we can communicate, where you have access to other free master courses and classes and lessons that other people don't have access to. Let me know if you can call your coach right now or DM your coach right now with something that's important, unless you're spending thousands of dollars for it. Let me know. I'll wait. You can. Harmony, how are you, my love? So I need y'all to understand that. Good grand rising, blissful rise, blissful rise. So am I waiting for anyone else while you invest in the book? Do anyone else need help how to get to the book? How do you get the book? And you can get it right now. It's available to you. It's downloadable right now. I have moved from putting my books on Amazon because I'm not in the business of making other people wealthy, honey. And a lot of us, we stay on our phones and tablets and computers anyway. You might as well consume information that is going to serve your higher self and your higher purpose. And just because this book is about money magnetism, it can apply to anything. It can apply to attracting wealth, attracting love, attracting romance. It can apply to building more self-worth. It can apply to building your confidence. It can apply to forging healthy business relationships. It can help with scaling your business. There's a lot of things it can actually help you with. So, am I waiting for anyone else? Going once, going twice, going once, going twice, going once, going twice. Hey, Gemini Rising, how are you, my love? Gemini Rising, give me just 1 minute, 1 minute, TikTok. YouTube, it has been an absolute wonderful Monday Moon Day Mastery lesson. Infinite gratitude for your participation and for you sharing your beautiful energy with me. I will see you all in the next All Things Mastery Live.